and everybody's having a beautiful day. We have a ton of things to talk about this morning. I almost said SHIT, but I'm trying not to curse, especially so early into the video. But we have a ton of things to talk about today. We have a lot of Trump stuff to discuss. Let me move this back some. So basically, before I start the show, they give me different optics for the camera, basically. So I think often that it's actually going to be further away from me than it actually is. And then I start the show and it's right up on me. Like, what the hell, man? We have a lot to talk about today. I would like to discuss some more. I would like to discuss some more about the Kendrick Drake situation. But I have to tell y'all about some stuff that's going on with Trump. I have to. There is no getting around it. That's one. Two. And this is what I mean by life. There's just certain real truths, and that is, if you conduct yourself in the appropriate way, lies about you will go away. Sometimes it's going to take a long time. Sometimes it's going to take a short time, but lies will go away. And there's a situation that's currently happening with Trump that damn near mirrors my own life. So we're going to talk about it. So the first thing I want to say right in the beginning of the video, so everybody can know what we're discussing, multiple cases against Trump are falling apart. I'm going to say that again. There are multiple cases. This is not me making anything up. I'm going to explain some of them, at least the ones I did in a little bit of research on. We should be dropping videos, but multiple cases against Trump have fallen apart. Give me 1 second. Wipe it up. Multiple cases. Do y'all remember when I told you that Fannie Willis was cooked? When I said everything that they're doing down there is she's cooked. Now we know why in Fulton County they are going so hard to imprison Trump. So apparently, and we're gonna move on. I just want to just let everybody know the because I have people that say it takes me too long to get to the show, but I tell y'all what the show is about, and then people still think I take too long to get to it. I'm telling you what it's about, and then I'm gonna tell you the next thing. Then we're gonna have a discussion, and I'm gonna tell you some more. So in Fulton County, almost 400,000 votes are missing. They cannot be accounted for. So basically what happens is this. Listen and pay attention. Remember when Trump wanted the votes to be recounted? Remember that, right? So basically what happened is now these individuals, after doing whatever the hell they were doing, they have to go in front of a tribunal, basically a court, a committee, and they have to explain where all of the votes that went, that allegedly Biden votes had went. Apparently, there's almost 400,000 that cannot be accounted for. Remember, Trump only lost Georgia by under 12,000 votes. I'm going to say this again. Trump only lost Georgia by under 12,000 votes. There's almost 400,000 votes that they cannot be accountable for. And there's at least 3,000 votes that were counted more than once. People going to jail, fam. Now, besides that case that's falling apart, do y'all remember when they went to Mar-a-Lago and they went and they got all of those pieces of those secret files, paperwork that they're saying Trump wasn't supposed to have had? Guess what? The FBI brought those in themselves, put them on top of the papers that Trump had, took pictures, and then made it look like those were Trump's paperwork. They've admitted that in court. They have admitted that in court. That's why that judge had to suspend the case. Why does it seem like all of this shit that Trump was saying happened? So y'all still hate Trump? Because I keep hearing people hate Trump because because he's such a criminal. Now, if y'all been following our coverage of Fani Willis, just so you can understand why all of this is important, let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. And yes, we are all gonna shout out to Florida State Bullies. He says notification gang. Everybody hit that like button so we can send out some more notifications. Shout out to Fareed Salute. He said, let's go family, keep winning. Hold on, I need to explain to y'all why this is so important. Because the biggest thing going on with Fani Willis right now isn't even her relationship with your man Wade. It's not. That's just a thing that they did that was going on that shouldn't have happened. That's not something that's going to put somebody in prison. At least it shouldn't. And we haven't even got to what they're doing in the Young Thug trial. Wowzers. Hold on. I got to make sure I find the... Okay. So, Just the News had asked for some records. Basically, Just the News, that's the news publication, obviously. They're saying that Nathan Wade had went to go meet with people from the White House. You can't do that. He cannot go meet with people from the White House to decide how they're going to prosecute Donald Trump. So basically, the allegation is that he went to go meet with people from the White House, and that's why Donald Trump is being prosecuted, not because he did anything wrong, but because the White House wants him prosecuted. You get it? So Fani Willis's office was asked by Just the News to release some information that they had, but because basically you have to take the minutes and everything of the meetings. So they wanted the minutes of the meetings, and Fani Willis told them no, and she literally said, Willis' office said in court papers that it is an entity that cannot be sued. Because basically, Just the News asked Georgia Attorney General Christopher M. Carr to open an investigation into the apparent violating of the state law and order by Fani Willis's office to produce any records that exist. So they want whatever records that exist of the Nathan Wade meeting that Nathan Wade had, because he went, it was paid for by Fani Willis's office for him to go have a meeting. So therefore, they have to keep a record of what happened in the meeting. Just the News asked for the information because it's supposed to be public record. Fani Willis in her office challenged them getting the public record. That led Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is an individual, a black guy, who is being charged also with Donald Trump in that RICO case. Harrison Ford tweeted out, "Why are you challenging an open records request, triggering a lawsuit seeking White House communications if you did nothing wrong?" And that's what led her to say in court papers that an entity, that she is an entity, their office is an entity that is not capable of being sued. So Fani Willis is on the hook, they're screwed up. Those people in Florida is on the hook, they're screwed up. And Some shit just happened up here with the situation involving Stormy Daniels. I haven't gotten all the way to that. If anybody knows what that is, put it in the chat. And that basically is messing up the ability for them to charge him up here in the Stormy Daniels case. And like I told y'all before, just so we could be clear, he paid Stormy Daniels, and she was supposed to be some kind of sex worker. And you trying to tell me every other politician hasn't paid the sex worker to stay quiet? I want to say something real quick, and I want to be clear on this. Hear me out. Donald Trump just went to a blue state, New Jersey. Historically, New Jersey votes Democrat, just like New York, just like Connecticut, tri-state area, Democrat. He just went to a blue state and had somewhere between 100,000 to 80,000 people show up at his rally. In a blue state, all of them wearing red MAGA hats. MAGA hats. It's a manga, like it's an enemy. A written enemy. Also, did I hear about the 60,000 registered voters that are dead? The 60,000 Democratic resident, I forgot what state it's in, but there's 60,000 registered voters that are registered to vote for the next election, meaning that they already were registered to vote for the next election, and they're dead. They're not here no more. They are deceased. Shout out to Shy Brim. He says, never really worried about Trump losing those cases. Come on, we talking about Trump here. Fam, what did I tell y'all? Could y'all tell me the last time I told y'all something that wasn't true? Put it in the chat, because I personally would like to know. Put it in the chat the last time I told y'all something that was not true or didn't come to pass. Don't talk about something that it hasn't come up yet. I'm saying something that happened, and I said that it was going to happen differently. Can y'all tell me something? Because I'm curious. I want to know the last time I was wrong about something in this area. Free Trump says it's not supposed to happen. No precedent support to go to prison. Fam. These individuals that every time I run, so me and shout out to Team Moto Productions, salute. So we outside, we doing some stuff, and so we're talking about a thing, and somebody comes and decides to interject themselves into our conversation. Me and somebody else was talking, and the third party came over to interject themselves into our conversation, and started basically saying, you know, screw Trump, Biden. Do you know that this dude, I wish Team Moto was in here. You know, this dude complained about all of these things that was wrong with the government. And all of the things that he complained about being wrong with the government are all things that the Biden administration did. So I said, so why would you vote for Biden? And his whole thing was he just don't like Trump. So T-Moto asked him, he said, why don't you like Trump? He couldn't come up with any reason other than an emotional one. I'm going to say this again. Satan wants to emotionally manipulate you. The Most High wants to give you information and allow you to make your own decision. The Most High isn't trying to trick you to come there. The Most High wants you to do it in your own free will. Satan is going to try to manipulate your emotions. Satan is going to stay in your face, repeating a lie, repeating a lie, repeating a lie. Satan is going to try to get you to go out of character. Because Satan isn't saying that he's not evil. He's saying you're just as bad as me. So why do you get to do what you want to do? Satan wants to control you. The Most High wants you to do what's in your heart. Y'all don't notice how almost every, and I'm going to talk about me for 2 seconds. Y'all don't notice how almost every single individual that has a problem with me is because they can't get me to do the thing that they want me to do? I'm not out here fighting against God. I'm out here fighting against Satan. Now tell me what their issue with Trump is. They can't get Trump to do what they want him to do. It just looks like I'm fighting against people. I'm not fighting against people. I'm fighting against people that's under the control of Satan. Shout out to Kyra Knowles. She says, all praise to the Most High. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Most High. That's a fact. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. I'm not fighting against people. I'm fighting against Satan that's using people as a puppet to come after me. What do you think Trump is doing? What do you think Trump is doing? Why are we finding out all of these allegations against Trump has been lies? He's been set up by the FBI. So the FBI has a new building already bought and paid for. Trump says if he's in office, he's moving the FBI's building from Maryland to D.C. So the Department of Justice is closer to it. And so it don't have to get on a freaking plane to go talk to the people in the FBI building. They could just go walk down the block. Know who you're fighting against. Know. See, Satan wants to get into fisticuffs with you. God wants you to be tempered. When it's time to fight, he's going to let you know. Not everything is worth fighting. Why in the hell? Give me 1 second. Why in the hell do I have to fight you because you have a problem with me? That's preventing me from doing the things that God wants me to do. Because now I'm stopping everything that I'm doing and I'm exchanging energy with somebody that Satan sent. There's a reason why God says, let your angels fight your battle. Let his angels fight your battles. Because he ain't put everybody on this planet to get into fisticuffs with assholes. He said, let his angels fight your battles. That's what God said. I want to take a second to say something. Shout out to everyone that has been working even when I don't know you're working for my benefit, to allow for me to have the freedom to speak about God and to move the way that I do. Shout out to all of you, whether it's individuals in my community, whether it's, individuals in my community that aren't paying no attention to the lies, that's being supportive, that's chopping down trees that I don't even know exist, whether it's people on the internet that are doing the same, whether it's somebody that's just you pulling up to the Cash App, even when I don't even have a show. I can't even explain that. I can't even explain how good it feels when I'm not even doing a show. I'm just out in the world minding my business, and I'm getting Cash App donations and I'm getting PayPal donations. People saying, keep your head up. People saying, we love what you do. I can't even explain how good that feels. So shout out to all of those individuals. I appreciate y'all more than you think. Shout out to the individuals that when people say my name crazy, you niggas say, nah, we not doing that. Shout out to you. Other day, and I just want to say this, and this is not a knock on anybody, but I'm going to say what their demographic is, but this is not me coming at any other demographic. The other day, I was coming back from the park. So I got some assholes in my park that are mad because I work with the kids and I'm good at it. And their parents see that and they appreciate it. So every time I go to the park, there's like a group of weirdos. They're just weirdos, fam. Most of them live in Seagate where I live. They're just weirdos, fam. Some of them live in here. They're just weirdos. So they're jealous. So they're constantly trying to spread rumors about me and everything else. So shout out to the parents out there that see what I'm doing, appreciate what I'm doing, love what I'm doing. And when people come to them and start talking crazy, they defend my name. I heard somebody defending my name a couple of days ago when I was walking. I can't explain to you how good that felt. I can't explain to you how good it feels when these kids come up to me and say that their parents want me to help them train them in basketball. Their parents, not just them, not just they want me to help them, their parents. Because these parents have been watching me. Shout out to the individuals that take film of what I'm doing and post it online. I didn't even know that that was happening. I'm walking up to people and have seen video of me working with the kids. I didn't even know that was happening. So shout out to them. I wish all of the blessings onto you and your families. We don't have that many good people that feel open to be good people, because a lot of good people don't feel like they could be good people, in my opinion, because they're going to get attacked. Us good people got to start standing together. What I mean by good is people that want to live in the light of the Most High. None of us are going to be perfect, and God says that no man is good. But for the people that are trying to be the best that they can, for the people that are not giving themselves over to Satan by spreading rumors and lies, them, shout out to them. We need more of you guys out here in the world. More, not less. More. Let's get back to what we're talking about. What up, Body Cam? Salute. So I want to be clear about something. Everything, it seems, that they've been trying to charge Trump with has been a witch hunt. Straight up witch hunt. You know who should be more pissed off? Trump should be the most pissed off. His family should be the most pissed off. But besides them, you know who should be pissed off? All of you Democrats that run around and swear up and down that Trump's this and Trump's that and Trump's that and Trump's that. They played y'all for fools. And they're still playing you for fools. And y'all get into conversations with knowledgeable people and look like complete idiots. Because you can't back up off of something that you have to know is wrong. You can't look at all of the lies that our current president has been saying and acknowledge that they're lies. Your point is, well, at least it's not Trump. Why? What has Trump done? And don't tell me he's been indicted, because you'll be the same damn people that say innocent until proven guilty. Same damn people. Innocent until proven guilty. But if Trump comes up, oh, he's guilty. How, nigga? I need an explanation. I need an explanation why everybody, with the exception of Trump, is innocent until proven guilty. You'll be the same mofos that the cops will shoot somebody that has a whole gun in their hand, and then you'll say, but they didn't shoot the other shooter because the other shooter was white. They shot him because he was black. So you don't think they're doing Trump like a black man? Shout out to Kyra Knowles and shaking my head, selective outrage. You don't think they're doing Trump like a black man right now? They have him on trial for paying off a prostitute to go away. Give me 1 second. That's bananas. I'm going to explain something real quick for the ones that don't get it, right? You don't want Trump to be found guilty of paying off Stormy Daniels. I'm going to tell you why. Because you do know it's illegal. Excuse me. You do know it's already illegal to take any person, unless they are your wife, your spouse, your wife or your husband, from one state to another and have intercourse with them. You know that's just illegal, right? Thank you. Kyra says, bless you. You know that's just illegal, right? Y'all niggas is all over the internet talking about flying people out. Y'all people are all over the internet talking about crimes. If you fly a woman out and y'all sleep together, if you fly a man out and y'all sleep together, that's a crime. Federal crime. Why would you want to have something on the books where you have a man paying a woman to go away and have that on and that's the way that y'all gonna get him indicted? He's already indicted, convicted. What up, Juju? They cannot take our rights away from us. In order for them to take a right away from us, we have to ask them to remove it. Why are the Democrats constantly asking for them to remove our rights? Do you see what's happening in California? In California, if a child comes home and decides that your child they want to be a cow now, you not only can't say you're not a cow, but you have to encourage them being a cow. If you don't, they can take your child out of that home. Y'all do know this, right? This is a law that's on the books. If your cow comes home and says your son comes home and now wants to be a daughter and wants to go through hormone therapy, you have to encourage that. You have to take your child to the hospital and get them hormone therapy. Your child. You know your kid that one day wants to be a damn farmer and the next day wants to be a astronaut and then the next day wants to be, I don't know, Captain America, and then the next day wants to be, I don't know, the 11 from Stranger Things? That child. If that child one day decides to come home and they want to be the opposite gender, you have to go get that child hormone therapy, or that child could be removed from your home and put into a home where they will give that child hormone therapy. That's currently on the books in California. It's on the books. People have already lost their children. This is Democrats. Oh, I would move out of town immediately. What are you talking about? I wouldn't even, I'd be like, oh, word, that's what we're doing? Not a problem. We going on vacation. That'd be the end of that. Now we live in Indiana. We going straight to a red state. I'm not even going to play with them. We're going to live in a hotel till I figure it out. I'm not even playing with them. Shout out to Stephen Grand. He says, I would take my child and move out of town. Kyra knows is Sodom and Gomorrah. Fam, literally Sodom and Gomorrah. Literally. But y'all vote for these people. They can't take our rights from them. We have to give them away. They gave away their rights for their own children in California. They gave those rights away. They gave them away. The rights to their own children. Don't be like California. Anybody ever saw the first Twilight Zone movie? Raise your hand if you saw the first Twilight Zone movie. I want to give it a second. Raise your hand if you saw the first Twilight Zone movie. Throw your hand up, drop a frost, anything. Because I'm going to say something. And I'm hoping that some people saw that with me. Because I'm about to say something. And don't say nothing yet, Kyra. EC says, Jesus warned us at the end of times, Matthew 24. We should be prepared for the coming of Christ. Matthew 24 warns us. Anybody else besides Kyra knows? Anybody else saw the first Twilight movie? I'm going to tell you about something in it. In the first Twilight Zone movie, there's this kid. And he basically had matter manipulation powers. Right? And he could just materialize anything that he wants. That's basically a matter manipulator. For anybody that reads comic books. And his family lives in terror. There's this one scene where he removes somebody's mouth. It's Twilight Zone. His family lives in terror. I believe at the end of that clip, he learns a lesson. But the point being is, those people in California, they basically are at the whims of their children. Because if your child go to school and say, I want to be a girl, but my father won't let me or my mother won't let me, and they're a boy, and they could be removed from the home, imagine what else they could go to school and say. You know who runs the house? The children. You know what scene I'm talking about, right, Kyra? Kyra says, nice analogy, Frost. Our governor and New York State governor, right, basically passed the bill or law or whatever, where they could just go to your home for any reason in the world. They don't even need a reason. And put you basically in a concentration camp. They could just take you out of your home and lock you up. They don't even need a reason. This same governor thinks kids in the Bronx don't know what the word computer means. Sealed the sister's mouth. Thank you, Kyra Knows. Kyra Knows has sealed the sister's mouth. This same governor that has decided that people could just show up at you. What up, Walt Liquor? Walt Liquor. That people could just show up. Yes. They could just show up to your house, label you a public health hazard, and basically take you away for an indefinite amount of time. You're not getting no trial, no nothing. You think they moving all of these immigrants in here, these migrants in here for no reason? They're illegals, fam. Let's just keep it a stat. They in America illegally. Where you think they're gonna live? What up, Nick the Slick? So salute, my dude. Salute. Where do you think they're gonna live? Kyra Knows says kids know more about computers than me and my children adults. Fam, this state governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, said kids in the Bronx don't even know what the word computer is. Not just what a computer is, what the word computer is. Like they've never heard that word. These are who y'all voting for. Then she went and apologized. Oh, I meant something else. No, you meant that. You wanted to pander to black people, and generally the way that they pander to us is by insulting us. It's been working for years. That's generally what they do. They insult us. Y'all want to stay on this topic or y'all want to talk about Drake and Kendrick for a minute? Put it in the chat. Can we hit that like button? We got 43 people in here with 19 likes. Get to 25, fam. Let's get 6 more likes up there. Fam, they stereotype us, absolutely. But they literally insult us all the time, the Democrats. I be sitting there like, and then somebody will be talking to me about politics, and they'll be repeating the insult, and like that's their talking point. And I'm like, what the hell, fam? Really? How? They have video of Trump talking back in the 90s. Could have been the 80s, the 90s. I think it was the 90s. And literally, he's talking about how the government is not helping the people in America. And he said, our number one issue is we have to help the homeless. He said, but we got to solve some of these other issues before we can help the homeless. And this is back when he was a Democrat. He wasn't running for office, but he donated to, the Democrats. The Democrats loved him. We all love Trump. Trump had an open wallet for Democrats, just for everybody who don't know. A lot of people got elected that are still in offices right now with some of Trump's money, him pulling up and donating large sums of money. The real reason why these politicians are mad at Trump is because he switched over to Republican and he didn't become their Democratic president. That's the real reason why they're mad. Everybody forgets how many shows did they make that copied The Apprentice? How many shows did they make that copied The Apprentice? Why was The Apprentice damn near the biggest show that was on television when it was on television? if everybody hates Trump and everybody always hated Trump? Explain this. I need an explanation. Put it in the chat. I'm listening. Why was The Apprentice dang near must-see TV if everybody hated Trump? Didn't Trump go get the words "you're fired" copywritten or some shit like that? Trademarked, pardon me, trademarked. So I need an explanation because the math ain't mathing. Why, if everybody hates Trump, what the Democrats say all the time, everybody hates Trump, why did Trump have almost 100,000 people in a blue state in New Jersey pull up to his rally? Why do we have so much terminology that refers to the top, the best, and we use the word Trump? When we say that something's already great and something else came and outgraded it, we say it out-Trumped it. Whenever we have something that's already that we think is the best thing of something, and then something else comes along and outdoes it, why do we say that trumped that if everybody hates Trump? I'm listening. So tell me. Why do we call in cards the biggest card in the deck the Trump card? I'm sitting here, I'm waiting, explain it. Explain it. I'm waiting. So all of this, everybody always hated Trump, that's a lie. This is a new thing. Now, Trump, people got pissed off at him. So did myself about the Central Park 5. That's when a lot of people got angry at Trump because of his position on the Central Park 5. But I want to explain something also. That was personal for him. The girl that had happened to, I believe she was a friend of his family, and he was their family of friends. But as terrible as that was, the Central Park 5 situation, Biden literally said that he doesn't want his kids going to school with black kids because he don't want his kids in the jungle. Trump's daughter used to date Quincy Jones. Trump knew and was cool with it. So Trump hates blacks because of the Central Park 5 situation is what people will say. But Biden has an entire history talking about how he doesn't think blacks and whites should be together. He has entire history calling people that are black freaking calling people that are black jungle, talking about we from the jungle and everything else. Hold on. EC says hating Trump is irrelevant. Can he get the votes? So they just found out that there's almost 400,000 votes that happened in Georgia that they cannot account for now. Trump only lost Georgia by about a little bit under 12,000 votes. So he basically won Georgia. Does that answer your question? They also found out there's somewhere near like 50,000 registered voters in some state like 50, somewhere between 40 to 50,000 registered voters. They already passed away. They're deceased. They registered as Democrats, by the way. Trump just went to go do a rally in a blue state, a state that has been historically Democrat. And he had almost 100,000 people show up to his rally. Biden went to go have a talk or a speech at some kind of community center and could barely pull 20. Is this really a question? Or are you just testing me? I'm curious. You might just be testing me, just seeing if I'm up on game, if I've been paying attention or not. Is that a real question or are you testing me? I had somebody in the park the other day. I asked a whole nother nigga a question about Drake, and I wish I would have taped it. I had asked a whole nother nigga a question about, this is why I'm gonna tell you what I did. So I asked hold on, just one quick, and we're gonna come right back to this. I just want to explain the logic of a person who has just got Satan in them. See, some people just got Satan in them. So they just want to say the opposite of whatever they hear. Anything that's right, they want to say the opposite of. So, and they don't want you to be able to inform anybody of real information. So whenever you're trying to tell somebody something that's really happening, that's energy from Satan that they have that's in them, they want to disrupt the good flow of information. They want to make sure that there's no conversation. So I'm at the park the other day. There's some dude, right? Some dude with dreads, right? He's just, I don't want to say like he's on my Johnson, but all he does is think about me. So whenever I'm at the park, he's just thinking about me every second. Like, it's crazy. It's bananas. It's like he want to have sex with me. So I'm talking to one dude, and I say, yo, what do you think about the Drake Kendrick? So he's like, he thinks Drake won, and he gives his reason, right? Fine. You think whoever won. So we start having a conversation about it. We start having a discussion, right? So while we're having this discussion, like we're having a discussion, the other nigga just start throwing in information that is just wrong. He's just lying. So I don't want to talk to the nigga because I don't never want to talk to this nigga. So I just say, you know what? You're right. Because I don't never want to talk to this nigga. Like, never. The nigga, I've been shooting a fadeaway since before this nigga was alive. He see me shoot a fadeaway and say, yo, he got that from me. I've been shooting a fadeaway before you was born. Before you was conceived. Probably before I don't know how old his pops is, so whatever. But before you was born. That's literally the first move that I used to go to the park and practice, literally damn near. Like on a regular everyday basis, the Jordan fadeaway. I shoot a fadeaway, this nigga's on the side saying I got it from him. These niggas is just jealous that the people in the community see me playing basketball, hear me talking basketball, and want me to train their kids. So the nigga just jealous. He female. I see him outside and shit, and when it's just me and him walking, he always want to say what's up to me. But when other people are around, he act like he's tough. Like he just fam. What do you call that? Put that in the chat. When it's just me and him, walking, it's just me and him, he want to say hi to me, he want to be cordial to me, he want to be nice to me. But whenever his buddies are around, he's big and tough. What do you call that? Somebody put it in the chat. Anyway, Outside In says, to me, both sides, Biden and Trump voters, don't believe either is fit, but sympathize saying whichever. We're not talking about that, and we're not talking about the lesser of two evils. We're not talking. You can talk about that in the chat, but I'm not talking about that. That's not what we're discussing. That's changing the conversation. You can talk about that in the chat, though, but we're not talking about the greater or the lesser of two evils. We're literally talking about people lying on Trump and creating cases against Trump. That's literally what we're talking about. Jealousy plus envy equals hate. Yo, I'm gonna say something real funny. So one day he was like, I'm a better playmaker than you. He isn't. He's nowhere near, at least in my opinion. So now whenever he's at the park, I throw incredible passes on purpose. Just so now whenever I see him at the park, I just throw incredible passes on purpose. Incredible ones. Like incredible passes where I'm splitting like 2 or 3 defenders with bounce passes on purpose. Like I wouldn't even do them. Like I could just shoot the shot, but I throw incredible passes on purpose, and then just to be like, stop, fam, stop, fam. You're not that good. You're not that good. You get run in this park, but if you go to any other park, you get cooked. Copy? So stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. You go to any other, some nigga with dreads. I mix up, he has the same name as another nigga name. That's the only reason why I'm not saying his name, because I don't want to say the other nigga name by accident and shit, because I can't, you got the, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, he'll get cooked at any other park. These niggas around here, I don't know what the shit is. I don't know what the shit is. I lost like 20 pounds, so he feeling himself. You feel me? But it's coming back. But it's coming back. I lost like 20 pounds since I came here, so he feeling himself. So when he see me, he be like, if it's just me and him, and he see me, nigga, walk, move out of the way and everything. Because I don't move out of his way. Move out of the way and everything when it's just me and him. But when he's at the park with his friends, he's super tough guy. What do you call that? What do you call that? I need somebody to put it in the chat. What do you call that when somebody sees somebody one-on-one and they don't, you know, everything's cool, I don't want no problems, hi. But when they see you with their friends, they super tough guy. I want to know what you call that. Anyway, and you watch the show, nigga. I'm not trying to be an ass, but fam, one of them little kids gonna show you the video. So now, when you see me and we one-on-one, I want to see, I don't know what, just do what you want to do. Copy? I'm not even on that type of time. I'm just saying, this is why I can't take the dude seriously. You understand? I can't take him seriously. Shout out to him, though. I wish you all of the prosperity in your life. I don't wish no hate on you. I zero hate and shit. Nothing. No, zero hate on you, fam. All the prosperity in your life. Fam, when I see him, and I'm not gonna lie, when I see him, I purposely be like, I'm not moving out of this nigga because I don't like him. But when he with his friends and they at the park and there's 5 and 6 and 7 of them, he's a super tough guy. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. You know what? I'm gonna invite some of my friends to come play basketball. We're gonna see if he has that same energy when he with his friends. That's what we're gonna do. All right. I'm gonna invite some of my friends to come play basketball. We're gonna see if we got that. Some of them live in the neighborhood, fam. So that's not gonna be nothing. All right. Some of them live in the neighborhood. I'm gonna invite some of my friends to come play basketball. We're gonna see if we got that same energy. Be right back. They've been wanting to meet niggas like you anyway. So, you know, whatever. I'm going to introduce y'all. You're gonna understand all of this time I'm just a nice guy that don't want no problems. You're gonna understand. When you see my friends, you're gonna get it. You're gonna understand. You're gonna be like, damn, this nigga really just don't want no problems and trying to live copacetically with everybody. He really is just a nice guy. You're gonna understand that. And you don't understand now, you're gonna understand that. In any regard, could we get back to Trump? I don't really want to talk about that stupid shit. Man, that shit just kills me, fam. That shit just kills me. Cause I see the nigga, so I don't say nothing to him no more. Like I used to say what's up to him and shit. I don't say nothing to him no more when I see him. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, you sucker, fam. When it's just me and you walking, and you want to be cordial and you want to be friendly and shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you around your friends, you act like a tough guy. Why? Because y'all know y'all gonna jump me if I start winning. You know they're gonna jump in as soon as you start catching them lumps. As soon as you start getting fucked up, they're gonna jump in. They're gonna either stop the fight or help you. That's why. I don't even want to fight, fam. You do what you want to do, but we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Anyway, glory be to God. Jesus is King. Let's get back to what we're talking about. So, just so we can be clear, if all of these accusations they've been making about Trump is just lies, who are y'all voting for? So I was talking to somebody the other night, the same dude, right, that I told you about earlier, that he was just hating Trump. He had no real reason to hate Trump. Listen to something this idiot said. First thing he said was this. He started talking about something. And, you know, I was like, you know, glory be to God, Jesus is King. So he was like, so I know you don't vote because you religious. How can you know I don't vote? How can you know that? So he stood there for about 5-10 minutes trying to put words in my mouth. We wasn't doing that, right? Remember, one of the things that Satan loves to do is put words in your mouth. Confusion. He's the author of confusion. So 2 things he likes doing, in my opinion, this is just from what I've realized. 2 ways that Satan likes lying: before and after. Those are his best. He'll lie during, we already know, but they're always trying to set up lies. So I'm not going to say who, but I'm not, a person that I grew up with, right? They were older than me, right? And what they would do all the time is they would lie before situations so they could set the lie up. So let's say we might be going to do something, right? And they already know they're going to be on some weirdo shit. They'll say some shit so that they can tell a lie later. And be like, remember when I told you? But they lied then so they can lie now. Kyra No says the accuser equals Satan. If anybody is ever accusing somebody of something, especially something heinous, and they don't want you to confront the person that they're accusing, that's always Satan. God says that we're supposed to confront whoever we're accusing. So if I accuse you of something, I'm supposed to also confront you with these accusations. I'm not supposed to accuse you of something and then be like, don't tell the person, we're going to keep it secret. Anyone doing that in any capacity, that is basically Satan's work. That's why if you are accused of something in a court of law, you have to be able to see your accuser. Thank you, outside in. That's why it's in the Constitution. That Most High is not the author of confusion. That's a fact. Satan is. Satan is the author of confusion. That's why you got to be mindful of when somebody says something to you. So allegedly, these little kids around here at this park keep telling me that there's some kind of pedophile allegedly at the park. But every time I say, show me who the person is, they can't never show me who the person is. So allegedly, the nigga was supposed to be out there yesterday. So I said, who is it? So they point in a direction that's at some car. The person in the car is not the person that they was talking about. It was somebody's grandmother that was actually in the car. But somebody else led me to believe that it was a person that was in the car. So I walk over to the car and I look at the car. And then I come back and I'm asking. Because I'm like, who are you talking about? So they could never show me who they're talking about. But they're accusing somebody of one of the most worst things that anybody can ever be, if not the worst thing anybody can ever be. So this is how they play games around here. Gaslighting, exactly. This is how they play games around here. You cannot trust these children around here. Not all of them, obviously. And just so we can be clear, the ones that were making most of these accusations don't even live in Seagate. They live outside of Seagate. So they was just, I don't know why they was lying to me. I don't have the slightest idea. I don't have the slightest idea. Don't know why. So there was only one kid out there that I trust at the moment. So I asked him, did anybody talk to him? He's like, no. He doesn't even know who the hell I'm talking about. So I literally think that they're just out there spreading rumors to all of the adults out there. So it could, you understand what I'm saying? This is all Satan work. I said, why don't y'all tell the police? They said the police isn't going to do anything. What the fuck are you talking about? The hell do you mean the police isn't going to do anything? You telling me they got some dude walking around following kids around and the police isn't going to do anything? We have literal cameras over there. They can look at the cameras and see who belongs and who don't belong. This is private property. They can just decide that you can't be on the property anymore. They really don't even need a reason. I'm going to tell you why this came up. Because there's parents out here that want me to teach that want me to coach their kids. So what I think is happening is that these niggas is just jealous. So they're trying to create a situation like there's something going on that ain't going on. You understand? These niggas is mad that people don't, this is what I think. I think these niggas is mad that people realize they've been lying about me this whole time. So they trying to create a new lie. You understand? Fam, I got parents out there filming me, posting me online, saying I'm doing great work with their kids. Also, these same parents are standing there while I'm working with their kids and watching me. And not only are they standing there watching me, there's numerous other parents watching me. I go out to the park, they're bringing their kids out there for me to help get their kids involved in the sport. And I'm more than willing to help. But this is why I got to charge. Once I start charging, it changes the game. Once I start charging, we become organized. It changes the game. Once I start charging, I get better protection from these widows. It changes the game. So I don't have no choice. I have to start charging. Exactly. I'm just doing me, fam. I'm going to let these people be recognized for who they are. And what's going to happen is when their lies don't work at some point, they're going to say they were only playing. It's called a smear campaign. That's a fact. But I'm winning on this end because people don't believe them. You understand? People watch me every day. People see me every day. So people don't even believe them. But they don't get that people don't believe them. So they just lying harder. So I'm going to be easy. Because at some point, what's going to happen is the ones that don't live here, the parents that live here are going to complain on them and they're not going to be able to come in here. And the ones that live here is then going to have to live with people looking at them like, yo, you are just a terrible person. You tried to ruin a good man's name for no reason. Y'all just terrible people. And then you're going to have to live somewhere where everybody know you're just a terrible person. And then the more people get to know me, the more people going to understand just how insane that is. And I'm so likable, apparently. Shout out to the people that pulled up on me when I was with T-Moto last night. So he was doing something on one side at one point, and I was doing something on the other side. Shout out to the individuals that come up to me and know who I am. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul Salute. That come up to me. I had people coming up to me like, yo, Jack Frost, I've been watching you forever. Boom. And then telling me when they start watching the program. Shout out to the individuals that watch the program, see me in the street, and approach me with love. I appreciate that. I'm going to, one way or another, we bringing basketball to y'all this summer. One way or another. And when I start training the kids, if we can do this thing that I want to do, I'm going to ask their parents, could they be involved in some things that could involve us bringing some visibility to the kids that play basketball around here. Because remember, the niggas that are not that nice are the ones that's trying to hurt the situation that we have. That's trying to prevent me from showing the world all the good basketball players that actually do exist in this community. They want me to act out of character so badly, and I won't. They want me to act out of character so I can do something so they can say, see, I told you. But I won't. I keep letting God fight my battles. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. Y'all ready to move on? I don't really want to move on to the Drake thing yet. Fannie Willis, I want to say something about the situation that Trump is going against in Georgia real quick. Fannie Willis, there's a potential RICO that she might be involved in, for everybody that don't know. And basically what happened is, because they have the situation going on with Trump currently, which is what's happening with Trump, that has opened up the potential for RICO against them, basically because they went and talked to the White House about prosecuting Trump And that's the White House isn't supposed to get involved in things like that. Remember, there's laws in America about trying to go against people. Hey, shout out to Latoya Hicks. Salute. There's laws in America about trying to go against people for prosecute people for political reasons. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to prosecute your political rivals. And basically what they're saying is that Trump really didn't commit any crime. Fannie Willis's Fulton County office met with the White House, and after meeting with the White House, because the White House said that they were going to give them certain monies, then they decided to go prosecute Trump. That's a crime. Now, if you add to that there's somewhere near 400,000 votes that cannot be held accountable now that happened in Fulton County, that causes for more corruption. These dudes is in trouble, fam. These dudes are in trouble, fam. Shout out to Team Moto. Salute. I was telling them about that dude that was trying to talk to us last night and had no talking points, but was trying to tell us about how he would never vote for Trump, after he complained about all of the things that Biden was doing. Nigga was standing there talking about all of the shit that he did not like in America, and all of the things he said he didn't like was shit that Biden did. And then he had the nerve to turn around and say he's going to vote for Biden, not Trump. Even though all of the things he complained about are things that Trump is against. Yeah, you did. Shout out to Team Moto. Salute. July 27th. Pastel in the Water. Gonna be a live performance from Christopher Williams. Pier 15. Contact Team Moto on Instagram. Put your Instagram in the chat, fam. Or you can go to our BBN Instagram and we have all of the information there. If you want to show up to this, it's gonna be lit. And she met with the VP. I didn't even know about that. Mind, Body, and Soul. Mind, Body, and Soul says, I saw that she met with the VP. Also, when I was speaking about the dude, Team Moto says, yeah, he broke that clown down. Fam, people just be talking, fam. A lot of people will never want to stay facts when talking out their ass. That's a fact. Dude didn't want to discuss no facts, just emotional opinions. That's it. Whenever people only want to talk about emotion, it's manipulation. They're trying to manipulate your emotions because they don't have any facts. If they don't have any facts that support their opinion, why do you think when people come in here and they say they have an opinion and then I ask them for some facts, they can't give me facts. They can only give me their emotional response. And they want me to take their emotional response as a fact. And if I don't take their emotional response as a fact, they say that I don't respect their opinion. No, nigga, I'm a whole man. Big old facts. Witchcraft equals manipulation. Fam, I'm a whole man over here. Men deal with facts more than we deal with freaking emotions. That's just what it is. T Moto put his information in the chat. For more info, at T Moto Productions on Instagram or at Pastel in the Water NYC. Thanks. Nah, my brother, salute. What are you talking about? Witches, wizards, and warlocks, sorcery. That's a fact. Latoya Hicks says, shaking my head. He had too much slowness going. He was just fucking with you. What a clone. Fam. That's why I was telling dude at the park the other day, you know what? You right. Because I don't deem your conversation worthy of me speaking to you with all due respect. I'm not trying to say I'm great or nothing like that. But if we can't have a conversation, if you talking about something, I don't deem your conversation worth anyone speaking to you. Anyone, not just me. So you won. I don't think anyone should be talking to you. That's a fact. T-Moto says, I always have to give gratitude. I appreciate you in real life. Fam, salute. I love being around people who I could be around. If that makes any sense. Fam, I'm a whole man over here. I don't want to have a conversation where we just talking about emotions. If I gotta date you, like I'm dating a chick, a woman, I don't got no choice. I gotta talk about emotions. But we having a conversation about a thing, and we both men. Why the hell do I have to talk about your emotions the whole conversation? If one of us have to express our emotions, it should be for real quick, and then we keep it pushing. Why do I gotta stand here and talk about emotions? We men. Since when do men sit around and talk about emotions with other men like that? Is that really a thing? Kyra knows says that I'm too humble. When I was younger, my energy was so much different. And I met everything head on. So everything was a fight. I'm trying my hardest, and I think I've been relatively successful. I've maybe overcorrected. But I don't want everything to be a fight, you know? So it has a lot to deal with. I've always appreciated everybody, like I really do. Like there's very few people that I don't really appreciate. Right? So I've always appreciated people, even people I didn't like. You know? If you have a quality that's worth, that has value, I never tried to take away from that quality. Even to this day, I don't. Like even if I don't like you, I'm never gonna say somebody can't rap that rap, even if I don't like you. Even if I don't like you, if you can't play basketball, I'm not gonna be like you a bum. Like even if I don't like you, because I always want to get better, and I always want to improve. And from what I've realized is, if I can't see the greatness in others, independent of what I think about them, then how can I be the best that I could be? You know. So I struggle with things. I used to have a real bad temper problem, but you know that had to deal with the abuse that I went through as a child. So I used to have a real bad temper problem, and I never want to go back to that. And I think I'm more fearful of that than I am of being disliked, you know? Anyway. T-Moto Production says, dude was talking in circles. Not making a point, shut up, shaking my head. We shut them down because the conversation wasn't going nowhere. No, it wasn't going nowhere. Uh, just like dude from at the park, conversations is going nowhere. You understand? These aren't people that actually, they're NPCs. You understand what I'm saying? Like they don't have no real purpose. You know? And I think sometimes I have to realize that, God doesn't use everyone. Even Satan doesn't use everyone. Some people are literally out here and don't have no real purpose. There's definitely a time for peace and a time for war. I just am not always sure when there's time for war. So I just choose peace so I can have a better understanding of that. Because some people, it's not as easy to turn off as others, One time, I'll tell you a quick story. So I used to work moving in storage. And we were moving some people. And it was my brother's friend. And my brother equated me to Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk. Basically, he said, nicest, smartest guy, usually one of the smartest people in the room. Gave me real big compliments about my intelligence, about how kind I am, about how easy it is to like me. Because basically what had happened was, initially they told these people that I was away. And then when these people met me, I was just so nice. I was so kind. I was so affable. So in order to explain away why, because my brother badmouthed me to everybody. So in order to explain away why he said what he said to me, he equated me to Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk. And to a degree back then, he's not right, but he wasn't as far from wrong as I would like him to be. So I don't get too far into that, but it's not what we're talking about. They yada on Yeshua. Yes, they did. If the devil isn't attacking you, then you're not out here doing God's purpose. You're not doing the purpose that God sent you for. So, proof that you're doing what God sent you for, whatever that might be, is that the devil is attacking you. If Satan isn't attacking you, if Satan isn't sending people to attack you, if Satan isn't trying to destroy your name, if Satan isn't trying to destroy your life, then you're not doing whatever it is that God sent you to do. He sent us all to do different things. Kyron knows, as he told us, that we will be hated for his name's sake. I think Trump had to go through what he went through. He had to be raised up president, and then he had to be bashed, lowered, so that when he's raised up this time, people will understand his prophecy. Now, whether when he gets raised up this time or not, if he gets raised up this time or not, whether or not he does anything good for the people or not, is left to be concluded. But I do believe, and this is why I think that they do those weirdo ass rituals in Hollywood and in entertainment world, because they're trying to basically emulate what God does. Like, even when we look at the Bible, where did all of Where did the all of the apostles came from? The apostles all had to be risen up. None of them were, you know, they all came from, I don't want to say poverty, but they all came from, doing things that they weren't supposed to be doing before they found God. Right? If I'm incorrect about that, put it in the chat. I do think there's like one. It could have been John that was like always on the righteous path. Because I believe that people initially thought, I think it's John, initially thought that he was the Messiah. And then he says, no, there's one that comes before me, although he came after me. Right? Is that how the line goes? So Satan has to attack people that God sent. Because it's just prophecy. It's what's supposed to happen. Some people are never going to like you because they don't have a choice, because they work for Satan. Some people are never going to like you because they see God on you and they wish God was on them. Some people are never going to like you because the light that shines from you, to them is blinding. It's irritating. So every time they see you, it's irritating. You didn't do anything. It's just your light is blinding to them. Your light makes them uncomfortable. That's why when dudes see me and he by himself, he's humble. But when he's with other people, he's not. You understand? So that's not for him. That's for me to know that God is in that man. I'm not supposed to really be dealing with him. He's not misguided. He's not making a mistake. I'm not supposed to deal with him. Yeah, shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. Kyra knows said even your resilience offends some people. Unclean spirits. Absolutely. Nick the Slick says, shout out to the Most High. That's a fact. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. Imagine being an individual that gossips about somebody that only wants to bring people to God. Just think about that for one moment. Imagine being an individual that want to hurt somebody that only wants to bring people to God. Imagine wanting a person to be homeless that only want to bring people to God. Imagine to want a person to starve that only wants to bring people to God. Just imagine that. Imagine wanting to attack somebody that only wants to bring people to God. Just imagine that for one moment. Imagine getting together and trying to destroy a person's name that only wants to bring people to God. Just think about that for one moment. Even an atheist will have to dislike you. Even somebody that doesn't believe in God but understands what God is supposed to stand for would have to not like you. Would have to look at that situation and be like, nah, them people is pretty evil. So that's what I'm dealing with. You understand? I'm dealing with people who live in their sin. I'm trying to find people who wants to live outside of whatever the sin is that is controlling their destiny at the time. And that's why often you see me historically around a lot of gang members. Why do you think I'm going to be around gang members? I don't do gang shit. I'm not a part of a gang. But I see my brothers and I see my sisters, and I would love to be able to bring God to them. Because Jesus didn't go inside of the churches. He didn't go inside of the temples. He spoke outside them, didn't he? He went to the masses. He went to the individuals that was the downtrodden. He went to the people that society forgot. Now, who am I usually talking to, and who am I usually trying to bring the Spirit to? I'm just saying. How can you hate me? Anyway. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. This is Sunday. So this is Sunday. So we could talk about the Most High on Sunday. That's a fact. It's a Sunday. But that's what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with people who openly hate God. They openly hate him. They're not secretly hating God. They're not hating God in their own homes where no one's to watch. They openly hate God. That's what I'm dealing with. They want the world to know that they hate God. Yes, the world hated Yeshua first. Who am I? They hated God first. They hated Yahweh first. Who am I? Just a man. They hated him first, man. Who am I? If anybody would like to donate to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal, I'd appreciate it. But there is no obligation. What I would like, we do need more people on the green team. So whenever you guys are able to rejoin the green team or join the green team, I'd appreciate that. It always lifts my spirits to see green team members in the chat. In any regard, I'm supposed to say that a lot, but I don't. I'm supposed to say that like every 10 to 15 minutes, but I don't. So I think that's the first time this show, and we are an hour and 30 minutes into it. In any regard, shout out to the individuals that, because some of them are in the chat currently. So shout out to the individuals that do drops when we're not even on live. Yeah, whenever that happens, it lifts my spirits. I'm just going to let you know. Whenever I'm not even doing a live and the donations come through, it lifts my spirits. Do you have an iPhone or do you have a regular Android? If you have an iPhone, you have to close out of the YouTube app and go into one of the other apps like Safari, and the button will be there. It'll be where the subscribe button usually is. But if you have a regular Android or you're on a computer, there should be a join button if you close the chat box. There should be a join button. And you could join as a member for $5 or $10 a month. We need more people at $10 a month, but $5 is just fine. iPhone, you have to close out of this app because it's not on the app. You have to close out of the app. You wrote iPhone and go into Safari. Open your Safari because you basically have to go into it as a desktop. Basically, you can't. It's not on the. It's not on the. It's not. You're not gonna find it in the app. But if you're at your computer, you could just log on your computer. You're gonna see a join button because you're already subscribed. But you gotta, if you're on an iPhone, you have to like go to YouTube on a Safari. Then you gotta log into your account, and then you have to go do it. But I need as many green team members as possible. Definitely appreciate that. We got to get our numbers back up. What else y'all want to talk about? It's Sunday, so we're always ready to talk about. We're always ready to talk about the Lord. Period. But this is Sunday. And this is every day is the Lord's day. But this is Sunday. And historically in America, we use this day to talk about the Most High, even though the Sabbath is on Friday to Saturday. What else I want to talk about? I'm over here listening to the fucking rain come down, and I'm busy thinking about how I want to go to the store, but I don't. Yes, definitely glory and honor to the Most High. All I'm ever trying to do is, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect, but I'm going to try, And I think that's another reason why right now, the Lord hasn't brought me anybody into my life. Definitely, shout out to Kyra Knows. She says the highest honor to the Most High. Because I don't want to be with somebody that I can't worship the Most High with. Like, I don't need nobody to be perfect. Like, I need you to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Just supportive. And I think in our community, we push this narrative where men and women aren't supportive of one another. And I would love to have somebody around me that I could be supportive of. Like, if you go talk to my actual friends, I'm always very supportive of whatever they're doing as long as it's not going against God. I'm always supportive. I lend hands, I lend help. And I'm not always around like I want to get paid for anything. Sometimes I just help my friends. Sometimes they just help me, That's why the dude keep telling me I gotta charge these people. But I don't feel comfortable. My knee is so messed up right now. Nobody is perfect, and for those who believe that they are perfect, that's self-righteousness. Yeah, that's vanity. We're not doing that. I'm nowhere near perfect. People will tell you that I think that I'm perfect, though, even though I'm telling you that I'm not perfect, just because I don't want to get involved in whatever the thing is that they do. Like, we're not doing that. You're not going to be doing a sin, and then because I don't want to do the sin that you want me to do, now I think that I'm perfect. That's manipulation. So we're not doing that. I'd rather just not deal with you no more. I just rather not deal with you no more. I'm fine with that. Anything else y'all want to talk about? I'm not in no rush to get off the live, but that's only because it's raining outside and I don't have the slightest idea if I go to the store what I'm going to go get. Do know when I get off the live, I'm going to eat, and then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. We're going to make some videos, and I might do some uploads today. We need to do some uploads today. And I need to not play basketball for at least 4 or 5 days because my knee is like the size of a damn softball right now. I was trying to play basketball. I couldn't even move laterally. Had these dudes out there. The game is super close, and they're just winning. And they're like, "Oh, we killing you." They just winning by a couple of points, and I can't even move laterally right now. I'm jumping to shoot my jump shot, and my knee is bothering me, so I can't even like. I'm playing on a half a leg. Like I'm not playing on one leg. I'm playing on a half a leg, and I'm still out there. Get it? I'm not playing on one leg. I'm playing on a half a leg. You know, and one knee is the size of a damn softball, and the other knee is messed up. I'm playing on a half a leg over here, not one leg, not a leg and a half a leg. And then I got these dudes like, "Oh man, I'm so good." I'm looking at this guy like, trying not to say nothing. I'm just like, I'm not gonna make excuses. It is what it is. It is what it is. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm talking about God, and somebody came in here and said we gossiping and we talking about God. I told you Satan is a motherfucker, fam. Satan is a motherfucker. We in here talking about God, and somebody just came in here and said we gossiping. I told you they hate God. They hate him. Y'all better be mindful of who y'all friends with. Y'all better be mindful of who y'all go around. Y'all better be mindful of who you talk to. Y'all be in whole entire conversations with people who hate God. And then they'll use your emotions to get you to do things hateful to God and hateful against God's word. Yeah, the devil stay busy. And they never laugh and joke. Oh, I'm just trolling. Okay. 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 We've been talking about God for the last 45 minutes. Just because I'm using actual examples of people that are doing hateful shit that God is against, that doesn't mean I'm gossiping for you. That's not gossiping. Y'all just don't like God. That's it. You just don't like God. Yeah, they just don't like God, man. Shit's crazy. Yeah. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Any topics y'all want to discuss? Put it in the chat. Yeah. I just kicked them. I just kicked them. Nobody got time for that. I just, sometimes I just explain things to people because I don't want you to go to hell. Like, I don't want God to, I don't want you to do things that's going to make you remove yourself from God's, you know, to put you on the wrong side of God. I don't want you to do any of those things. No one. So sometimes I mention things because it's teachable moments. Like, so it's a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just don't want Satan just doesn't want people to have teachable moments because he wants you to stay as close to him as possible. So Satan hates when people like me explain how people are, doing evil. Satan hates that. What are you talking about? Satan absolutely hates that. The wild part is, and this is the absolute wild part, and also shout out to a lot of the people in this community. We could talk about Drake right now, Mind, Body, and Soul. Shout out to a lot of people in this community. Give me 1 second. We'll talk about Drake right now. We've got a lot to talk about Drake. We'll talk about Drake. Give me 1 second. Shout out to the people in this community also that hear me and know me and see by my actions that I try my hardest and my best to convey God's word and see me and appreciate me for that. So shout out to those people. Some of those people are black, Some of those people aren't black. You know, they're other nationalities. Some of those people are not Americans. Some of those people are Americans. So this isn't me speaking good or bad about any specific demographic, but just shout out to me being able to actually get through to quite a few people. And some of these people don't even know that I have a platform. They don't even know just YouTube shit exists. They just know that I come in the name of God because of how they see me when I'm outside. That's it. When they just see how I move, they see how I interact. You know, they probably had a conversation or two with me. They probably heard me have a conversation with someone else. So that's how they don't even know I have a platform. Yeah. So shout out to that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to come right back and then we're going to talk about Drake and Kendrick. Real quick, funny story. So I'm lactose intolerant, right? So I bought freaking chocolate chip cookies, Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies the other day. Now I don't know how I'm gonna eat them bitches. Because I'll put milk in my coffee because I'm only putting a little bit of milk. But I can't sit there and drink no damn milk, fam. And so I'm like, let's talk about Kendrick. So let's talk about Kendrick and Drake. First thing I want to say is this. Kendrick has proven Drake to be a sucker. Why am I saying that? I'll tell you. This is the second time Drake has called other people to sit on the toilet. This is the second time, allegedly, the first time we know it to be a fact when Pusha was killing him, that Drake has contacted a third party to tell somebody that was making diss tracks at him to stop. This is the second time. So allegedly, Drake contacted Universal Music Group and had them, somebody from them, get on a three-way, almond milk, no soy. No soy, no soy. My Body and Soul said try almond milk. No soy. No soy. Tell me a milk that exists that don't have soy or lactose in it, and I might try that. But no soy. Also, I think it's also high in high fructose corn syrup. So, so this is allegedly the second time, because the first time we know about, because Jay Prince came straight out and said something to Pusha T when Pusha T was absolutely murdering him. So this is the second time that allegedly a third party got involved to ask somebody to stop killing Drake with raps. Fam, you cannot say that you are the best rapper. You cannot talk about going to 20v1 Kendrick took you all by himself. Kendrick and Metro Boomin. Now, Metro Boomin, you told him to go make beats, so he did. So you did all that. I want to know why Kendrick and Metro Boomin didn't work together to drop the next diss track. So I don't know if Kendrick is going to drop another diss track at Drake. I hope he does. But I just want to point something out. Drake keep talking about how all of these people against him and he by himself. You can't drop a song where you talking shit by a ton of people, and then when those people decide to come back at you with their own diss tracks, you say everybody's talking about you. No, nigga. You dropped a diss track at them. I can see if you just mention them in your rap, whatever, you dropped the whole diss track. You was going at them. They decided to respond. That's not a 20v1, nigga. That's a you starting one-on-ones with everybody in the field. That's 1. 2. His last diss track wasn't even a diss track. It was an apology. I want you to be clear on that. That The Heart Part 6 was an apology. It was a whole apology. That wasn't a diss track. TDE did say the battle was over yesterday. I'm hoping Kendrick go at him again. And the reason being is Drake is always doing some weirdo shit talking about niggas. He's always starting trouble with other rappers trying to get in other rappers' way. Why didn't nobody else drop from OVO? Name me somebody besides Party Next Door that dropped from OVO and got music coming out consistently. Because they're making music, Drake is just the one dropping it. So every time they make a dope hit, Drake gets it. None of his team gets to drop anything hard. Pause. None of his team gets to drop any good music. So check this out. Remember when DJ Academics was busy saying that Kendrick lied? The dude that founded Twitter has come out and he's on Kendrick's side and said Kendrick did not lie. That's one. So what did Kendrick not lie about? And why would the dude from Twitter even weigh in on this? Remember when they tried to say that Kendrick stole lyrics off of freaking Twitter? Sounds to me like that was all fake. So these dudes actually went and had people edit their Twitters so it could look like Kendrick stole bars? That's 1. 2, Drake has entire ghostwriters. He doesn't write any of his bars. Also, and besides having entire ghostwriters and not writing any of those bars, why does Drake have so many lines that he literally has stolen from songs that already exist? Explain that to me. So y'all just being hypocrites over there. Even if Kendrick did take those raps from Twitter, which the founder of Twitter said Kendrick is telling the truth and Drake is a liar. Mom, Body, and Soul says, I didn't know it had soy. I make my own milk with walnuts or hemp seeds. Okay. Maybe I could have tried that stuff. Or I could go get a woman that's young enough to have kids, get her pregnant, and then I can have all the milk I want. That could work also, right? Imagine eating the cookie. Coincidentally, for everybody that don't know, breast milk is really sweet and addictive. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm not going to say much more. As long as the woman has good health and she isn't, you know, as long as she has good health, she's eating well, that breast milk is gonna taste really good. I'm just saying it. I'm just letting you know for everybody that don't know. And for anybody that says that that's disgusting, if you're ready to drink milk from a cow, but not ready to drink milk from your girlfriend or your wife, I think that's a little weird. Just saying. You're ready to drink milk from a cow, drink milk from a goat, but not drink milk from your girlfriend or your wife. I'm not saying some random broad that you just picked up on the street corner, because we don't know what she's doing with her life. Another reason to protect your wife. Anyway, Mind, Body, and Soul said another Drake manipulation tactic. He kept mentioning other rappers, so when he lost, he could say it was all of them against him. Literally what I just pointed out. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul, encapsulating that in a nice comment. Yes, that's why I think he does that. So he can pretend like, yo, it was really a lot of people against me. No, nigga. It was some people was busy minding their business, and they didn't even have no beef with you. You didn't have no situation with them at all. You're just emotional like a woman. And so, therefore, everything they do upset you. You're emotional like a woman. Like when I go to the park and that dude is constantly being emotional, everything I do is gonna upset him because he's emotional like a woman. Yeah, we shouldn't even drink animal milk. Like, what the hell? That's the real reason why that shit don't work for you. You understand? Like, you're not supposed to drink animal milk. I promise you, you are not going to be lactose intolerant to human milk. You go get your woman pregnant, fam. You have all the milk you need. Why do you think big boobs is such a good idea? Big boobs, larger mammary glands, more milk for you and the family. I'm not capping, fam. Just telling you what it is. Which is ironic because I don't even find big boobs attractive, but I do generally, when I am dating somebody, they got big boobs. Yeah, but those are the women that come up to me and talk. Chicks with big boobs usually got more confidence, and those are usually the ones that come up to you and talk first. So that's probably why I'm usually dating chicks with big boobs. It probably don't got nothing to do with it. That might be the 100% reason. The chicks with big boobs usually got more confidence, and they'll just come up to you. All you got to do is spark a conversation with me and be attractive and not be like, you know, not be weird. I'm probably gonna go for the scoop. Not always though. I'm just gonna give you a stat. Had some chick try to holler at me the other day. Yesterday when I was out there, and did the whole bump into me thing and everything, but I wasn't for it. She looked like she was one of them chicks that like fighting. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just, I could be wrong because obviously I don't know her, but she looked like one of those chicks that's like, can you handle me? Nah, ma. As soon as you, I can never handle you. I'm not even on that type of time. Any female that's like, you handle me? No, I can't. I absolutely can't. You are for another nigga. I want peace. I don't want whatever that is that come with you. You don't come with peace. If you don't come with peace, I'm not interested. I need you to come with peace. Especially in my life. Yeah, I see all of the bullshit I got to deal with. I need you to come with peace. All this other weirdo shit, I don't need you to come with none of that. I need you to come with peace. So Kendrick, pardon me. So Drake, just so we can be clear, the dude that founded Twitter basically said Kendrick was telling the truth, Drake was lying. I'm assuming, because there's no other reason for him to say that, I'm assuming that has to deal with the Twitter accounts that's basically trying to say that Kendrick stole the lines. And I'm assuming he's saying that Kendrick didn't steal any lines, that those was actually tampered with. That's one. Two, Why did the person that gave Kendrick the photos of the suitcase items come out and say that if Drake doesn't and DJ Academics don't recant what they said about Kendrick, as far as they planted that evidence and he was there was no mole, they have to come out and say that that didn't happen, or that person plans on suing them. Now, who told y'all that DJ Academics was gonna get himself caught up in this shit in a bad way? I believe that was me. So allegedly now, DJ Academics, because he's been being this dude's media, that's basically what he's been. He's been Drake's media, going out there pushing all of Drake's talking points, because that's what your media does. For everybody that don't know, pushing all of Drake's talking points. And since he's been pushing all of Drake's talking points, what happened? Now he's gonna get caught up in a freaking a possible lawsuit because he was actively lying. Who told y'all that these niggas was lying? Somebody told y'all that these niggas was lying. I told y'all that they was lying. So this is another thing that I said that came to pass and it was true. So I'm constantly telling y'all stuff that's the truth. Constantly. I'm constantly telling y'all stuff that don't nobody actually know, but it turns out I'm right. Constantly. Just gonna point that out. So I have a history of telling y'all some shit and being right about it. The other day I asked this question. I'm gonna ask it again. When was the last time I told y'all something and I was wrong? And it was something like on this level, not no tiny little bullshit that don't mean anything. But when was the last time we spoke about a topic and I was wrong? Put it in the chat. And obviously it don't count if it didn't have time to metastasize. If it didn't have time to happen yet. Put it in the chat. I want to know. When was the last time? And remember, every time I say this and nobody comes into the chat and say anything, remember, every time I'm on live, there's at least 10, 20 people in here that hate my guts and don't want me alive no more. They're in here. And I'm saying, when was the last time I said something that I was wrong? Why are they not pointing something out? I'm going to say that again. Every time we go live, there's at least 10, maybe 15 people in here that hate me. They want me unalived. Seriously real. This is real. They really 100% want me unalived. When I say, when was the last time I was wrong about something, why can't they bring something up? Anybody has any answers for that part? When was the last time I was wrong about something? Put it in the chat. Because you know they go amongst themselves and say that I'm wrong about everything and I'm lying about everything. You definitely was right when you said Pippen averaged 16 points for his career. You said somewhere between 13 to 16 and was right. Impressive. What up, Keith Hawkins? Basically, my point was that he averaged under 20. That was actually the only point I was trying to make. Because people act like Jordan couldn't win anything without Pippen. He just happened to not win anything without him. But saying that he can't win anything without him is incorrect. There's whole entire playoff series where I don't think Pippen averaged 10 points and shit like that. Shout out to Keith Hawkins. So come on, let me know. When was the last time I was wrong about something? I would like to know. I told y'all that academics was going to get dragged into this. Academics just got dragged into this. Janisa. I know what Janisa. That's not her, though. I told you academics was going to get dragged into this for lying. You dragged into this for lying. What you got to understand is these dudes think lying is a chess move. These dudes think the person who's the better liar is the person who should win, not the person with integrity, not the person who's actually better at whatever the thing is. The person who's the better liar, the person who can trick people the best. Not the person that's the most righteous, not the person that's coming in the name of God, not the person that's done very little wrong to no wrong in whatever the situation is, not the person who's on the right side of history. Whoever it is that can lie the best, that's who these dudes think should win. This dude went against somebody who won the Pulitzer Prize. Yep. Mind, Body, and Soul said also the mole said Drake blocked her back, and that's why she flipped on him. Yep. So now, think about all of those people that said Kendrick lost because he said some shit about Drake that wasn't true. Well, now you finding out that the shit actually was true. So now who lost? Not only do Drake got a daughter, but he also got a son. Now who lost? Another son. Now who lost? So not only was Kendrick right about the daughter, but he was also right about another son. And Kendrick said he has multiple more kids. Also, the freaking video that they showed when the bag got lost in the first place was from January. I think January of 2023. Nope. I'm not blocking free thinkers. You are not free thinker if you're just coming in here to lie. You're not a free thinker if you're just coming in here to lie. That's not free thinking. That's not free thinking. You're coming in here to argue with me about shit and you want to argue with me from an emotional point. That's not a free thinker. Come in here and tell me an actual thing I was wrong about. For everybody that don't know, I said come in here and tell me something I'm wrong about, and somebody said I come in here and I block free thinkers. No, I'm blocking free thinkers. I don't block free thinkers. I block annoying people. You just want to come in here and be annoying, and you mad that I won't allow for you to come in here and be annoying. That's all. Not blocking. We don't want you here. Hey, mind, body, and soul, do you think, you've been commenting a lot today, do you think I should let the annoying people stay? Like when people that's coming here and be annoying and try to hijack the conversation, do you think I should let them stay, or do you think I should kick them? Kyra knows if you're still in here. When the people that come in here try to hijack the conversation, do you think I should let them stay, or do you think I should kick them? I'm just curious. Because I said, tell me what I'm wrong about, and they can't tell me anything I'm wrong about. They just come in here to complain that I don't let them come in here and try to hijack the conversation. Just Satan. Just Satan. And who thinks I should just let the annoying people stay in here? I'm curious. Who thinks that I should let the annoying people stay in here? The people that want to hijack the conversation so we talk about everything else other than the topic. Who thinks I should let them stay? Put it in the chat. Mind, Body, Soul said nope. Mind, Body, and Soul says give them all of the bags. You see how Satan worked? Couldn't tell me anything I was wrong about, so came in here to criticize me for not wanting to deal with people that I shouldn't be talking to in the first place. But they can't tell me anything I'm wrong about. Told you. These people want me unalived. But they still can't find anything that I'm wrong about. Hey, Mind, Body, and Soul, you going to go back to the green team or no? I'm just curious. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Can't find anything that I'm wrong about. Nothing. Nothing. So they go together in their whole little area, and they trying to figure out how they can twist up words. So when they come in here and try to twist up words, I don't want to deal with it, so I kick them. So that they mad because I don't want to have a conversation with them where they're trying to twist up words. What does the Most High say about dealing with people like that? I think he says that we're not even supposed to talk to people that do that, right? I think the Bible says that we're not even supposed to have conversations with people that do that. So I'm literally doing what God is instructing us to do every single time I kick them. Copy. Literally. The Bible says not to even hold a conversation with people that do that. Anybody know what passage it's in? Anybody know what chapter it's in? Anybody know what book it's in? Somebody Google it so we can find out what the passage and book is. So I can just show you that these people deal with Satan. Now you see? They want to come in here and twist up words in order to try to get me into a conversation where they're just going to try to talk in circles. And since I kicked them so they can't do that, they're saying that I'm not allowing for free thinkers. I told y'all, fam. I'm following what the Bible be saying as best as I could. As best as I could. I fail like anybody else. I'm not perfect. But I tried as best as I could. They can't even think of one thing that I was wrong about. So all they could do is complain that I won't let them come in here and disrupt the chat. They can't think of one thing because they can't think of one thing. Not one thing. So all they could do is come and complain that I won't let them disrupt the chat. That's it. See. And they had they had like 10 minutes to go amongst themselves and try to think of something. So there was about 10, maybe 15 minutes. They went among, I don't know how long it was, but it was about 10 minutes at least for them to go amongst themselves and try to find something that I was wrong about, but they can't. So all they could do is complain that I don't allow for them to come up here and disrupt the chat. That's it. That's all they could do. They can't do anything else. Thank you. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Could you put it in the chat, please? Mind, body, and soul. What does it say? Told y'all before. I told y'all. I follow the Bible as best as I can. As best as I can. Put it in the chat. I want to hear what it says. So I can show you how Satan sent these people. Put it in the chat. Satan sent these people. These people are Satan worshipers. I promise you. You know how we talk about God over here often, but I don't see we're talking about God. We'll talk about a situation and I'll talk about it from the perspective of somebody who obviously worships the Most High, and I'll push those narratives and we'll speak about it on that particular level. They do the exact same thing, but in reverse. They talk about everything from the perspective of somebody who worships Satan. Everything. They just call themselves free thinkers. I don't call myself a free thinker. I call myself a follower of the Most High. You can't be both. You can't be a follower of God, a follower of the Most High, and be a free thinker. Being a free thinker basically says that you know better than God. So you know better than God, and you want me to accept your information. You want me to deal with you on the level that you deal with God, which is none. Because if I deal with God on any level, I can't really even have a conversation with you. That's why I told the dude the other day, you win, you right. To him, he's like, yo, he's a sucker. But to me, it's God told me not to even talk to you. I'm not even supposed to be having a conversation with you. So here goes another person. I'm not going to kick them yet. But look, here comes another person trying to insult me with kindness. King, look. I'm going to just listen and pay attention. Just listen and pay attention, trying to insult me with kindness. I watch your show for a while, fearful to comment. Objectively, I can see why people are reluctant to comment. You might not be aware, but you come across as reluctant to engage in discourse that's not your ideas. So, just so we can be clear, I had somebody in here the other day who the whole entire show for 3 days straight was basically having a conversation with me about how Drake won, did not kick them, did not threaten to kick them, and engaged in with them conversations. So what you're saying is objectively wrong. It's not even objectively wrong. It's factually wrong. What did they do different from the other individuals? They didn't try to insult me or play with my intelligence. Shout out to the few. You're trying to play with my intelligence. They didn't insult me or try to play with my intelligence. They was even talking in circles. I said, still didn't kick them. The name is Tada, by the way. Also, hey, the few, got a question. How many times have people came in here and got into, and I allowed them to say their thing, and then after I proved or after we had the conversation and they looked bad, they then insulted me and then I kicked them? How often does that happen? Somebody could tell me how often that happens? Hey, mind, body, and soul, do you mind dropping that Matthew chapter 6 line, chapter 7 line 6 for me, please? Beliefs and opinions. I asked, when was I wrong? I didn't ask for a belief or ask for an opinion. Do you understand how they're trying to gaslight? I didn't ask for a perspective and I didn't ask for enlightenment. I asked when I was wrong. Once again, I'm leaving the comments up there to show you that they can't even tell me what I've been wrong about. Thank you, mind, body, and soul. You've disagreed a few times already. Look, I'm leaving the comment up so you can see that this person can't even tell me what I was wrong about. They can only talk about their emotions. So tell me what I'm wrong about. They can't. They can't. The insult, the blatant insult is going to come any moment now. They can't. Tell me what I'm wrong about. Tell me. Stop beating around the bush. Tell me what I'm wrong about. But you can't, right? This person said I'm wrong about everything. Okay, copy. I'm just going to kick you. I don't want to deal with it. Tell me what I'm wrong about. Tell me what I'm wrong about. I didn't name call you. What did anybody just hear me call this person a name? So hold on, stop. First of all, I did an interview and somebody else called Shotty a snitch. So you're saying they're wrong, not me. Nope. I'm about to kick you if you lie on me again. I did an interview. Somebody else called Shotty a snitch. Tell me what I'm wrong about. And this happened 5 years. This happened 7 years. This happened 6 years ago. So 6 years ago, I interviewed a person who called Shotty a snitch. So between that 6 years and now, you can't think of anything that I said wrong. Hold on. So between that 6 years ago, when someone else called Shotty a snitch, you can't even think about what I've said wrong. What did I say wrong? Nope. Don't talk about what I promoted. That's not irresponsible journalism. I did an interview. Okay, 1, I'm not cis. 2, now I'm kicking a person. Do you understand why I kick people? Why you call me cis? You know I'm a whole dude. Now do you see why I kick people? It don't have anything to do with anything else. I told them to tell me what I was wrong about. They can't think of one thing I was wrong about. All they could do is tell me about how somebody told me something that they think is wrong. I don't think there's anybody on the internet that has been correct as often as I've been correct. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. Told you. They can't think of nothing. I didn't even say it. I gave an explanation. Oh, you was talking to her. Boom. I gave an explanation just so we could be clear about why the individual that said Shotty was a snitch might have thought Shotty was a snitch and might have thought that Shotty snitched on them. I didn't say it. Someone else said that Shotty was a snitch that we interviewed. They can't even find anything I've been wrong about. Nothing. 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 Mind, body, and soul. Could you put that verse in the chat for me, please, if you don't mind? I really want to read that verse. Nothing. Not one thing. They can't find one thing. Not one thing. I don't know anybody that has that type of... Name me somebody else on the internet that covers this type of shit and has that type of... Name me somebody that covers this stuff on the internet that can say that. Name me somebody. Meanwhile, I'm telling y'all who's going to be the vice president, who's going to be the president, when the wars is going to start. I'm telling y'all shit on a global level. I'm telling y'all this shit 2 and 3 years before it happens. Videos are still up. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. On a global level. And the people that want me unalived, they can't even find something I've been wrong about. The closest thing they could do is say that I interviewed somebody that they think is wrong. That's the closest they could do. The closest. That's the closest they could do. Is say I interviewed somebody that they don't think that's telling the truth. That's it. That's the closest they could do. Also, that interview happened 6 years ago, by the way. 6 to 7 years ago. Somewhere like that long ago. So for the last 6 to 7 years, after that interview, you still can't find nothing? Nothing. You still can't find nothing? Nothing. 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 So I've just been right all of this time. You know what? I got to be killing them. They got to be killing their hearts. That they got to get on. They got to be. It's tearing apart at their souls because they have to literally get online every day and lie about somebody that's preaching the Most High's word. When God doubles back around for them, it's going to be ugly, ugly. For anybody that ever seen God double back around on people that do shit like that, it's going to be ugly, ugly. Like ugly, ugly. Do it look like I'm getting younger? It's going to be ugly, ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Yeah, but I can't get the passage right now. Could you put it in the chat for me? But shun, profane, and feign. 2 Timothy's chapter 2, verse 16. But shun, profane, and vain babblings, for they will increase to more ungodliness. Shun. This is what they want me to do. They want me to deal with profane and vain babblings when the Bible says we're supposed to shun them. Told you, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing what we're supposed to be doing. Told you. Hey, could you get the other passage for me too? Because that one didn't come up. Matthew's chapter 7, verse 6. That one didn't come up. So 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase to more ungodliness. Shun. I'm just kicking you because that is a devil worshiping thing in your jump off. I'm not dealing with that. Shun. I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to do, fam. Anyway, anything else anybody want to talk about? I'm ready to eat. I'm hungry. I'm still on the fence about running to the store. I'm on the fence. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I could talk about a little bit more. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm gonna relax and then decide what we're gonna do as far as content for the day. I've been on Instagram heavy last couple of days. Come on. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. My Body and Soul says, do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you in pieces. Yeah? There used to be a good comic strip called Pearls Before Swine. Used to be in the Daily News, I believe. Yeah, I see it. I see it that time. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. You just gotta let them be, man, and just keep it pushing. That's it. That's why I block niggas in real life. Don't argue with you. I just let you be right and just turn around and go about my business. That's it. That's how I block people in real life. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna allow for you to be whatever you are, and then I'm just gonna just let you be right, man. That's how I block niggas in real life. And in real time. Niggas be trying to get into some kind of weirdo shit. Nah, you right, fam. And then I just go about my business. That's how I block niggas in real life. I block you in dead real life. Nope, not even gonna argue with you. I don't consider you worthy of it. I don't consider you worthy of me trying to bring God to your life. I don't consider you worthy of hearing the Lord's word. Like I don't consider you worthy of that. Because all you're gonna do basically is what I will be doing is casting pearls before swine. What I will be doing is giving what is holy to the dogs. All they're gonna do is trample it. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul with the $5 drop. Did you just send that because somebody came in here talking about drops? I'm curious. Somebody came in here trying to troll me about drops. Did you send it before that? Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul with the $5 drop. Definitely appreciate you. Did you just send it because of that? I'm curious. Because somebody came in here trying to talk crazy. I kicked them. I've been kicking people. So I kicked them. Did you send it for that reason? If so, salute. It's My Body and Soul said, I saw that comment. It encouraged me to send a cash app. I appreciate you. That's a fact. I'm gonna blow you up for one moment if you don't mind. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. Sometimes sending donations when we're not even online. Sometimes people just send donations throughout the course of the day. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. I was hanging out with T-Moto Productions yesterday, and somebody sent like a $20-something drop. We were just out in the world, just chilling, hanging out. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. Shout out to the people that they send donations because they appreciate the content. Like I always say, and I'm not gonna blow you up again like that, because I know some people prefer to send donations when we're not online. So I'm not gonna blow you up. I just wanted to say that because there's always this stigma that don't nobody send donations because you don't see none during the live. I get donations when I'm offline a lot, also, not for nothing. So shout out to that shit. Definitely appreciate you. If it was a little bit earlier in the show and I was gonna stay on, I would have did a saloon drop, but I'm not gonna stay on right now. We're about to get ready to go. And shout out to the individuals that even when they're not doing drops, they hit me up and be like, "Yo, Frosh, you need anything?" Shout out to you niggas. Shout out to you niggas. I'll be saying no more times than yeah, as of late. But shout out to you niggas that hit me on Instagram or something like, "Yo, Frosh, you need anything?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. Fine. Everything's good." Okay. I just want to throw that out there. You can see me getting, you see my weight coming back, right? Shout out to that shit. We need to get some weights for the crib. I don't want to have to even go to the gym. I think I need to get some weights for the crib. Get a bench and some, So upset that I had to leave my weights at the other house. Had to leave all of my weights. Really upset about that. I miss basically working out, 20 to 30 minutes a day, sometimes an hour, depending on how long the show is I'm watching. I miss doing that. Usually just turn TV on and work out. I miss that. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna get it together. But for Reed, oh, we're about to get ready to go. Everybody, please have a blessed day. Go out there and do some good stuff in the world. Stamp God's name on it. Go out there, do good things in the world. Stamp God's name on it. Let people know that you come in the name of God. Praise God's name as often as possible. Praise God's name as often as possible. Appreciate you, mind, body, and soul. Salute. Praise God's name as often as possible. You never know who needs to hear the message. You never know who day you change. You never know who life you change. You never know who you inspire. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. Ah, fuck 'em.